Hey, Stone Chevy, hello again. Okay. Thank you. David Rizzo, hey, welcome in. You're a little bit of a guinea pig here. I am Sam Liebel. I'm streaming from the computer, the desktop today. If you can, when you can, if you can hear me, let me know, and I would love to know if you can hear me. But hello, Stone Chevy. We're simulcasting right now on Substack and on TikTok. Simulcasting. I don't know if David can hear us, but we'll see. Zuri, welcome, Zuri. We shall see. Test. Okay, looks like we can comment. Fun, yeah, getting ready for work. Come live and fight the Sunday Scaries with us. Okay. Yeah, so it looks good. It looks like we are potentially live. Thank you. It's a DOS keyboard. DOS keyboard. You know these. Well, I have my background set. We may have somebody. Melissa Smith looked like she joined. Melissa, if you can hear me, let me know. You're kind of a guinea pig on this one. This is my first time hosting from the desktop, a Substack Live. But my name is Sam. I hope you can hear me. We had somebody on earlier. That TikTok Live over here in the background. Melissa's not saying anything. Looks like audio is coming across. I'm showing live on all of my devices. Thank you for being patient with me, Stone Chevy. Push. But at least people can see that we're live. Katie is here. I don't know, Katie, can you hear us? Maybe not. You're kind of guinea pigs right now. I'm doing a little bit of a... Hey, that's great. That means that we're successful. Thank you so much. That means that we're successfully broadcasting from the computer, and that is exactly what I was hoping to achieve. So I think for the first time, I've really been able to master getting this in, this desktop-based idea, and I'm able to even use my good camera. I'm able to stream a little bit more. This is cool. Thank you, Mom. Welcome in. We're fighting the Sunday Scaries over here. We got Stone Chevy on TikTok. We're simulcasting. We're across multiple networks. We're live and direct. We could even get on Instagram Live if we wanted to. And I think like this is an important thing, not just for fantasy authors. Okay, that small percentage of the population. This is about anyone who really wants to get a message out there and has a phone and a computer and an internet connection. That's important. So citizen journalists. Aw, Katie. How are you doing over there, Stone Chevy? You doing okay? Hey, Seamus O'Brien, welcome in. We're simulcasting live on Substack and on TikTok. And I think this is a cool way to get a lot of reach. Topics to include fighting the Sunday Scaries. We've got Old Hollywood Newsletter coming in. Doing all right, getting pumped for your shift, actually having a good night. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Welcome in, Old Hollywood Newsletter. I see you over there. Thank you, Amanda. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Old Hollywood Newsletter? How you been? How long have you been on Substack? What's your experience been like? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Zynark, very cool. I see you. I see you too. Over a year now? That's pretty cool. I've been on a little over 6 months now. Actually, 6 months on the dot or so. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride. Yeah, it's a cool platform. I was hoping to get my serial fantasy fiction story published here, but no dice. Week 2 for you on Substack, Stone Chevy? Old Hollywood Newsletter says yes. Just shared out the live. Let me see what I can do about promoting this across some other channels here. What do I mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? No, I mean, I can publish it. I just was hoping to get paid. I was hoping to make some money from it. You can't really do like subscriptions on Substack for fantasy. Well, the book is a serial book. It's not done yet. It was meant to be like Star Wars, you know. But now it's just a book. Hey, Margaret Williams. Hey, Robert Sawyers. I'm repurposing the book. Hey, Alana. Hello, Canadian returnee. So yeah, updates are I'm repurposing the book into more of an Amazon-friendly format that hopefully people could purchase, but at the same time, I totally get, you know, I promised it was free from the jump. Hey, Margaret. Promised it was free from the jump. Alana, hello. I don't know what that emoji means. And you are Trip. I haven't seen you in a minute. We're also being simulcast on TikTok, by the way. So we're on TikTok Live and we're on Substack Live. I'm doing this from my desktop. So book is being kind of repurposed into more of a traditional novel format. You know, I'm kind of struggling through that right now, but the editing, the stuff like that. But if you guys don't know me, my name is Sam. I'm the author of AFL, The Bastard. If you're on TikTok, you can see my wonderful background screen that just says AFL, The Bastard, and it's the book cover. And that's my book, by the way, guys, on TikTok, AFL, The Bastard, right over here. The Calls of the Amber Halls is the name of book 1. But over here on Substack, my name is Sam. I'm the author of AFL, The Bastard. It is a fantasy novel. It has all kinds of cool things going on in it, and it's free, but I would welcome support. I've published a few things over the past week and a half on Substack. Welcome in, Moshmir. Published a few things over the past week and a half on Substack. The latest post that I have, let's see. Hey, thank you for the gift stone, Chevy. Let me see if I can pump out some promo on this bad boy. Hey, Mary J. Hunt. Also, I feel like Substack opens up an opportunity. Hello, Hannah. What's up? I feel like Substack opens up an opportunity. Thank you, Mary J. Or whoever was doing that. I feel like Substack opens up a little bit of an opportunity to do some politics. And I don't know, Canadian returnee, if you want to join me up here, but I would love to talk about politics, current events, and things like that. And it's kind of an area of interest for me. But as you know, the United States is currently at war with Iran. This is a very serious situation. And I'm scared. I don't know if you guys are scared. We can talk about that. We can maybe talk about some of the good things that are going on. You know, they're positive updates with AFL the Bastard. But, you know, if nothing else, this has been a successful launch of the TikTok and Substack live streaming model. I really enjoy Substack, the live streaming side of it, for a lot of reasons. I kind of like that it's bare bones. However, oh, thank you, Darwin. Muito obrigado por las heart me. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muchas gracias por la heart me. I want to balance the, as you heard, the international audience that comes with TikTok and the reach that comes with TikTok. In addition, and I want to synthesize that with the kind of base of Substack, the seriousness of Substack, the bare bones nature of Substack. But I want to bring some of this. Thank you for the fan club. Thank you for the heart me. Muito obrigado. Oh, that was Stone Chevy. Thank you so much. But we've got Mateo Herrero, Mary J. Hunt, Mojmir Vedesh, Margaret Williams, who's a Master of Science and ACC. You'll have to tell me what that acronym stands for. We have my friend Canadian returnee, friend of the pod. We've got Robert Sawyers, the Old Hollywood Newsletter, my mom, Katie K, Melissa Smith, have all checked in at least once, and all are welcome to the live. Everyone, welcome in. So, but first of all, so I mentioned my agenda. What do you guys have on the docket on your ends? What's going on in your lives? And if you don't have anything, that's cool. It's my live, my job to entertain. I get that. How about you guys over here on TikTok? It's Blueberry Red Bull, Stone Chevy. Blueberry Red Bull, my favorite of the Red Bulls. I know it's not a classy drink to drink, but it's delicious. Entertain us, Jester Boy. What is your idea for promotion, Old Hollywood Newsletter? Hang on. You guys have been granted a temporary reprieve from my jokes. Unless Hollywood Newsletter takes a long time. But to be honest with you, Hollywood Newsletter, the yellow can or the watermelon, welcome in GS Magic. Welcome in, user. Can you send a link? Yeah, can you send it through the chat on Substack? And that's my mom over here on TikTok. She's really running the block. She's spinning the block. GS Magic, muito obrigado por los heart me. Muito obrigado. Or DM me to it. Body House Chronicles. I'll save this link. Thank you, Old Hollywood Newsletter. Mom, Stone Chevy says hi. Stone Chevy is a new friend I made today over. There's a big event happening these days on TikTok. I don't know if you guys follow TikTok. I have recently started following TikTok now that I am streaming on it and meeting some great friends. But TikTok, by the way, I'm going to call it, mark my words, mark these words down. Thank you, Old Hollywood Newsletter. Mark my words, TikTok, no matter what it does or what happens, will never be banned in the United States. Okay? You can mark my words on that. Even though Trump keeps granting these 90-day reprieves, I guarantee you that it's not going to happen because if for no other reason than there's too much money being made. Okay? I've been on these lives. I've gifted and received gifts over here. There's too much money exchanging hands here, and too much presumably going into the hands of whomever over at on the U.S. side of it, for sure. So there's too much money going on, exchanging hands for it to be bad. I just don't see it happening. I don't mean to be so cynical. I just don't think it's going to be doing it. Yeah, Stone Chevy, that's my mom. She's got one of those usernames that's just user with a string of numbers. I don't know. We got to help her get something down there. We got to help her get something over there, Help her out. I hope that's my mom. I know her username is user6016. But after that, it's like the numbers in pi. So I don't remember it. So, yeah, that's my take on TikTok. And within reason, on Substack, I don't know if I can take guests, but I love a call-in show. Devilish Lover, welcome in. Devilish Lover, it's always great to see you. EJ Trask over on the Substack side, welcome in. Devilish Lover, thank you. Or as the Brazilians say, muito obrigado por like me. Hello, Devilish. What's up? I'm simulcasting here from Substack and from TikTok. So let's see. What do we got going on in the world besides my book? We're talking. I mean, we're at war with Iran, guys. What's up with that? What's going on? We've shot a bunker busting missile down in there. I don't know what to talk about with. I don't know what to say with that. I'm not surprised that this happened. That we're in another war. I don't know that I could have told you that it was. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that it was going to be with Iran, but I would have been able to tell you that at the drop of a hat, Trump would be wanting to get us into another war or. Oh, we're taking a battle.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, bom dia.
Boa noite.
Boa noche. Me desculpa, meu.
Here is 8.
Late. Here is late too.
What time is that?
One moment. Hello, everyone. So you're gonna have to bear with me. Every now and then, I love with friends to accept a battle. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm battling Andresa on TikTok Live. Andresa, disculpa meo, very rude.
What are you doing?
Right now, I'm not just on TikTok Live. I'm on TikTok Live. However, let me take this is my book. My book.
You are.
Escritor.
Really?
Yeah, my book. That's why I get on TikTok Live. Also because they're great people here, but also I like to promote the book. But I'm not just on TikTok Live, I'm on Substack Live as well. 2 lives.
Wait. Please speak more slowly, please.
Disculpa meo. I have translate into Portuguese. I'm simulcasting on 2 platforms. One of them is called Substack. Estou transmitindo simultaneamente em 2 plataformas. Uma delas se chama Substack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, estou transmitindo simultaneamente. It's a long word.
Simultaneamente.
Sim. How was your day, Andresa? Tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
Tudo bem. You work tomorrow? Work,
No, tomorrow we'll
no work?
sleep.
Oh, good.
No way.
That's good. Hey, PM done. TikTok handle Chai Phillips. Everyone on Substack says boa tarde, Andresa.
Good afternoon.
Andresa from Brazil says good afternoon.
I like this book.
Yes, this book is very good. It's my book.
I know.
Very good. I will give you the backstory to my TikTok handle name. I will do that. Yes. Are you a full-time streamer?
Full time. What is this?
It means your only job is to stream.
Yes.
Wow. How did you do this? How? This is so difficult.
I know. A long time ago, I worked in a nightclub,
Nightclub?
but I leave.
Hmm.
Now, just here.
Just here. But still, like, you must work so hard. Live is difficult.
Yes. I think it's difficult, but now I don't have option.
Yeah, I understand. About almost a year ago, 1 year almost, I was fired from my job. No more job. So I had to start writing, and yeah, I understand a little bit.
And you love writing.
I did, but it's hard to make money doing it, you know?
Um,
Yes, but no, it's also hard to be a streamer. Very difficult.
but I think write more difficult.
You think so? Bathrobe guy,
I
greetings.
wanna read.
Go ahead.
I wanna read like
You can. It's free.
really.
Yes. So all you need to do, Andresa, is go to my TikTok page. There's a link in my bio. Just press the link, and you can get the book. The book is here. I'll show you. Don't worry about Justin Bieber. I don't know what he's doing up there. Um,
Amber is what?
Amber is. How do I disable my? Hmm. Well, always something goes wrong. Always something with TikTok. Amber is. Amber is ambar. Ambar.
Amber.
Ambar. Ambar. Like like a stone.
Ah, like a stone, but is a stone. Oh, no. Okay, I understand.
Hmm.
So cool.
Amber, I know. I'm sorry. Guys. TikTok is just better for lives. On Substack, they're complaining. They're saying we cannot see on Substack, or on TikTok. But my book though is free Hollywood newsletter. If you want, you can just go on Substack and you can read it for free. And there's all kinds of images over there.
I'm going to do this.
Yes, please.
It's
Muito
difficult to read.
obrigado. Huh?
It's difficult, like the words.
Yes, it is a little bit difficult, but I want to do a Portuguese version.
My English is horrible, so to read it's impossible.
Well, I will say this. What other readers have told me from around the world, as far as China, as far as the Philippines, Brazil, is that if they do it, it's like an English lesson. It makes them very good at English. Because I used to be an English teacher. So if you like a fantasy, but also are like, I will get really good, I want to get, instead of like
Wait,
Duolingo.
1 minute because it's calling. That's
Sorry. Yes. No. No problem. Welcome in everyone over here. Sorry on the Substack side. Andresa had to run away. I apologize. This is what you guys can. I'll try to show you a little bit of what we're doing here. Can you see this? Yeah, I was an English tutor, kind of. So you can see there my book. Yeah. Well, with TikTok, lo-fi is kind of the point. It's kind of a lo-fi platform, and I don't know if you can see all the way up here, AFL the Bastard, but it's a great way to promote a book. I do contain multitudes. I'm the Walt Whitman. The Walt Whitman of this.
sorry.
No, completely understand.
Ai, Tiago, obrigado pelo coqueiro. Muito obrigada, muito obrigada. Bem na hora que eu saí. Nossa, corri agora.
Andresa, what do you like to do besides stream? What do you do for fun?
E downstream?
Yeah, divertido. Diverto.
Let me see. Now I sleep.
Yeah. This is the best. This is the most fun.
I don't know. I like gym, but now I'm not doing this.
You like the
But
gym?
just
Yeah. I need to go back to the gym. Muito fuerte. I go on the Stairmaster, the stairs.
I don't like.
I know. No one likes that.
I prefer bike.
Bike is good. Bike is good. The Stairmaster, but the Stairmaster Stone Chevy is it's the biggest, strongest workout. See, Andresa, the thing is, the Stairmaster still is best workout, for the heart. Corazon. Yeah.
So, thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Muito obrigado.
Obrigada a você. Boa live.
Boa live. Very cool person. So every now and then we like to pepper in a fun little divertido, little fun thing from the other side of the world. We got Baz on the line. We got Baz over here, friend of the pod. We're talking about streaming, Baz. We're talking about streaming and dreaming. We're streaming and dreaming over here. Right now we're simulcasting on TikTok Live and on Substack, and I would say it's going pretty well. Baz, everybody check out Baz. Baz, I don't know if Baz is on TikTok, but Baz runs the Split Ticket. Check him out. You may not. Yes, I did. Because you know what, Baz? Do you know what, Baz? I'm not. Alana, did I miss you? I don't know. I don't know if I can say that I missed you because you are a trip and a fall, as somebody who is very important to me used to say. But I wanted to say, yeah, updates are. I've been starting working a. Can you send me their users on Substack? Yeah, well, let's connect back on that. But yes, the answer is yes. I want to help all people connect with all peoples. Do you like Israel? I'm not going to touch that right now, Alana. Nice try. Let me see. So, because I'm at the end of the day, I'm a chill guy. I had a. a falling out with TikTok. Actually, I'm about to sign up with an agency, and so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we got some TikTokers over here. You know how it is. You know how it be. But Baz runs the split ticket now. You might not always agree with him. I know I don't. But you know what? That's life in the fast lane. That's life in the fast lane. If you deal with some smart people, every now and then, you're gonna get pricked, right? I know that I can be prickly. I know that I can be prickly. But Baz, this could be something for you guys, you and Canadian returnee, to consider because I'm using OBS on my Mac. Right, Stone Chevy. You can't always like everyone, and not everyone will like you. In my case, no one likes me. A little bit of humor for you. A little bit of Sunday scary humor. Oli Torgola, my favorite Icelander of TikTok, of Substack. I like you too, Stone Chevy. You're great. But something to consider for the more politics. I wear a bathrobe, not much prickly there, LOL. Nice bathroom guy. What is this emoji that you have in your I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that emoji. I've never seen that emoji ever. Oh, okay. Oh, Oli. Yeah, you live in like DC area, don't you? No need to brag, right? No, I don't. Sorry, we're not accepting too many. I'm gonna accept battle invites from people I know. But like, I've been toying with this idea, Baz, of doing a simulcasting experience on Substack combined with TikTok for the reach. It's a kimono, a robe. Dude, I know what a kimono is. I'm a forward-thinking guy. I'm a progressive. I'm a coastal elite. You think I don't own several kimonos? PM done. Indeed, I contain multitudes, as Katie K said earlier up in here. I contain multitudes. But yeah, we're here, we're balancing up. I think that the jam of the summer, you too, Old Hollywood Newsletter, you have a great and good night, person, sir, ma'am. I didn't know if it was going to be a sir or ma'am. Hidetoki, domo arigato, arigato saimasu. Um, I'm making assumptions based on the name. It does look very Japanese to me, but thank you so much. How long have we been rocking this thing, as the dream might say? We've been here about 39 minutes. So yeah, how many languages do I know? I would say I know just two fluently, those being German and English. I speak a little bit of French, but I speak a decent enough amount of Spanish, and I've learned Portuguese exclusively from doing TikTok battles. So I drinking Stoli and Mountain Dew on a Sunday. Innovator. I like that, PM. I'm drinking Red Bull Blue Edition, or the blueberry, which is the best. Has anyone noticed that there are fewer all sugar Red Bulls on the shelves of the United States? Now, I was a sugar-free guy. For years, I drank Red Bull sugar-free. For years. But then, mint tea, I dig it. But now you can't find it. You can't find them. And the sugar, the with sugar kind of, without going into TMI, you kind of get bloated. It is a Trumpian conspiracy. But the sugar free, and they changed the recipe of the sugar free. So now it's got like whatever, it used to have like aspartame in it, and it was pretty good. But now it's like, oh my God. It's awful. It gives me a headache every time I drink it. It's probably some stevia bullshit. It has tang to it, Stone Chevy. It has mad fucking tang to it. I'll say that. Red Bull tastes like can. Well, not when it's still in it, PM. If you're like if you're tasting the can, I think they're labeled as zero sugar because they're like they're trying to appeal to men. Like women are smart enough not to care. They're just like, I want to drink healthier. But men are like, oh no, we need to make it black. We need to have it put claws on it, make it like a panther, and say it's zero sugar. You know, it's not sugar. It's not diet. It's zero sugar. Extra beef. Zero sugar. You know what's gluten free? Prime rib. Hey, Jim Pagliaro. Pagliaro. You know what's gluten free? It's fist. I'm gonna grab another one of these. You guys hold it down over here. All right. BRB. All right, how are we doing? Extra chemicals, no sugar. That's right. Holding it down. I appreciate that. What's crazy because they have a dog on the box, don't Chevy? Blue Bull. I got blue bulls. I got the blue bulls up in here. What are our thoughts, everyone? The world is in disarray. Every memes are ruined for me now. I can't. There are no memes I can enjoy because they're all war coded. And by coded, I mean CODED, but also coded COATED in war. Hey, Big Black Chevy. Big Black Chevy, what's up? What do we think? What are we thinking? I'm looking at you, Baz, if you're still on. I'm looking at Canadian returnee. Current events is listed as a topic. I added. KDK says Katie. I'm about to just F off, go fuck off, and live in the woods in a hut like the Baba Yaga. Okay. Thank you, Katie. Because this gives me a chance to do my favorite bit from, and you're welcome to contribute, Baz, or not, but only after this comedic segment brought to you by John Wick #1. Okay, let me get ready. Baba Yaga. So, movie 1, John Wick gets introduced. The Russian gangster Godfather guy is talking to his son, who has just killed John Wick's dog and set in motion a chain of events that would destroy everything that he loves and knows. You can tell I've been talking about AFL the Bastard, but his son goes to his dad and is like, who's this John Wick guy and why should I be so scared of him? And the Russian gangster father is like, so my son, do you know the story of Baba Yaga? And he's like, Baba Yaga? The boogeyman? So you're saying this John Wick is like the boogeyman? And then the Russian guy looks at his son and is like, no. John Wick is who you send kill the Baba Yaga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, Alana. Cool. Slow your roll, Alana 22. You are out of pocket. I want to commune with a moose. I want a moose commune. I want to live in a moose commune where we commune with meese. Alaska does sound good. Why don't I? Hey, nose guy. Thank you. Welcome in. Alana 22. What is that? What? Um. Sometimes I pluralize moose as meese. Hey, nose guy on TikTok. Hey, Cynthia Lopez. Thank you for the Bat Boy Tater. Another day, another wonderful gift. Well, Alana, I'm mad at you too. Okay? This anger is a two-way street, Alana 22. You know what? You know how mad I am at you on a scale of 1 to 10? 22, Alana 22. I'm good, Cynthia. How have you been? Muito obrigado por los patatas. You know, a very interesting thing about potatoes is that they came from the quote unquote new world, batata. How did I acquire an agent? Did I query people or just know someone who knows someone? Well, I only have a TikTok agent. That's the only way I have an agent. And TikTok agents are not hard to come by. What's hard is actually finding a TikTok agent. Sim, eu falo un poco português. Um, on TikTok, I can put you in touch with my guy if you're on TikTok, but it's just a TikTok agency. It's just someone for support, like an extra, like dedicated support person, kind of. Que legal! Stop it, Alana. What are you talking about? Also, Alana, your emojis don't match what you're saying. Você já esteve no Brasil? Sim. That's be cool. Thanks, PM Done. What, Alana? Somehow it wouldn't be alive without you. Yo aprender português through lives. Peter M Dunn. No, Peter. Thank you for that, but it's on Tik. Just DM me on TikTok. I'm gonna put my name in the chat. Cynthia, we are also having. We have TikTok live. We have Substack live. In the chat over on Substack, I put Chai Phillips. Alana, no, you can't. Don't tell me to hush, Alana. It's my life. It's my life, and it's now on now. You're welcome, PJ PM Dunn. You speak a little English. Many Americans don't speak any Portuguese, really, so you're way ahead of us. No, Alana. Alana, you are out of pocket. We should practice. No, falamos português or English in Portuguese because I need to study. I need to. Oh, it's all good, Stone Chevy. But yeah, TikTok Live agencies. That's a whole nother kind of can of worms. There's stories there, I tell you. You know, you get an agent. You really sour quickly on the capabilities of AI when you realize that your agent is actually a bot. Talk about a freaking. Hey, no, awesome, Katie. Thank you so much. Welcome in. And hey, Domo Campolo. Hey, Dorkmeister, welcome in. But I'll tell you something, man. Nothing will kind of like taint your opinion of AI quite like finding out your agent is an AI. That's why all the people are like so worried about like, and I'm just like, this thing is an idiot. That's cool, Katie. Enjoy that dinner. Thank you, Stone Chevy. Thanks, Alana22. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, Stone Chevy. They are now ejected. They've been a little bit problematic in the past. So I apologize about that. TikTok. We do what we can, but we've got some. We get all types. We get all comers. I apologize about that. Um, no, no, no. You are so cool. If any, the point of the live is vibe lives. We're trying to vibe. We're trying to do cool stuff. We're trying to have fun. I don't want anybody, feeling weird or anything like that. So, if you have anything, let me know. I don't want that. But let's bring it back. Um, Current events, war, peace, maybe. I don't know. Anybody got anything going on? I've started a new job. I've got a day job now. I work at an insurance agency. It's going okay, but I don't think I'm going to pass this test that's coming up. I have an insurance exam and I just can't find the motivation to study. I just don't really want to, and it's not very interesting. And I don't know. Dutch isn't real. It might not be. When we lived in Germany, we used to tell people that we were Dutch when we traveled. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know why. Because we couldn't speak German very well. With the we would just pretend that we were Dutch. And thank you, Baz. We'll see how long this sucker lasts. I just want to vibe out, chill, make videos on the internet, and write from now on. That's all I want to do. But life keeps forcing me to do shit like memorize homeowners policies. It's not an easy life for the artists. America doesn't want another artist. You got to fight your way in. You know what I'm saying? Half German and Cuban. I'm half German. My dad's side. Where in Germany did I live? I lived in Rhineland-Pfalz, the Rhineland-Palatinate. That's in the southeastern part of Germany, and southwestern part of Germany, excuse me, and is a very nice place. It's in where they cultivate all the wine and everything. The Riesling, it's the wine producing region. We lived in a little town called Deidesheim. Yep, that's where Baz. It was a good time. We learned a lot about the world and everything. Also, on the topic of politics, I did see your comment. TikTok filtered it out though. So I just saw a little snippet of it. Dave, welcome in. Hey, I got you, Oli. Thank you. Welcome in, Oli, and you do what you got to do, my man. You take care. Hold it down out there for us in the District of Columbia. Well, TikTok is frustrating. TikTok is a fascinating platform for a lot of reasons, and I don't use the word platform lightly, but it's a fascinating platform in many reasons, for many reasons, and but it is the most censorship friendly channel, as PM Dunn says. TikTok is censorial, just means prone to censorship, you know. If you guys have been on the live on TikTok, I am following everybody who showed up. Thank you for the support. Just making sure that I do that. And yes, TikTok is very censorial or censorious. No worries. Good to see you. Welcome in, Richard Francis Hogan. My name is Sam. I'm the author of AFL the Bastard and sometime political commentator. I've been enjoying Community Fest over on TikTok. It's all good. Like with the yeah, I see. You're good. You're all good, Stone Chevy. Thank you for holding it down there over on TikTok. Doesn't look like hi, hello. Let's see. How long? Oh, Women's Scorn. You guys should check out Women's Scorn. Is that a six string behind me? Yes, it is. I have one thing that I wanted to buy that I haven't had the heart to sell. Is I always wanted a Taylor acoustic guitar. Hey, from Ottawa, Dr. Hogan, welcome in. What is your what is your doctorate in? What discipline are you in? In which discipline are you indoctrinated? Hey, Frank Restrano the third. Sorry, Frank Restaneo the third. You're holding it down there, Stone Chevy. Thank you. You the bomb. Mm-hmm. You're the bomb. A lot going on in the world. I'm just sort of shooting my shit, talking my shit, talking that talk. Yellow, orange, watermelon, regular. Are you listing the Red Bull flavors in order? Because it's blueberry, 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 blueberry. Mathematics, neuroscience, ethics, and administration. Wow, I hope the fourth one came for free. I hope they threw in administration. I'm just kidding. Very impressive. I barely have a degree. WW2 or 3? World War 3? Yeah, it's what we might be getting ourselves into here, isn't it? Here's a heart for you, Mr. Hogan. Dr. Hogan. The blueberry's the best, Stone Chevy. By the way, as by way of explaining my kind of, bifurcated attention span here, I'm holding it down between two lives on two different platforms. We've got TikTok Live over here to my right, your left. I've got Substack Live over here to my left, your right. And social media apps are really so advanced, I've noticed. They're pretty impressive. Yes, I mean, no one really cares about literature. I think there will always be a cohort, if you will, a faction, a cabal, perhaps. But I think that there will always be kind of like, some people who really want to read something, or at least will have some sort of, will intrigue them enough to want to read. So one of the great copywriters of all time, copywriters, right? Writers for businesses and to sell. Claude Hopkins. He said people don't read ads. They read what interests them. Sometimes that's an ad. And so it might sound strange for someone who's writing like this Baroque, lyrical, dark fantasy, but I still want to make it accessible to the widest number of people. It's just a topic that I enjoy, but I've always wanted sort of more of an ecumenical distribution. Robert Sawyer says, too early for that right now. Need to wait a week or two before any mention of World War III. Nice. Is that a reference to Trump's kind of like thing where he was like, I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We're gonna give it 2 weeks. Like an idiot. Give it 2 weeks. Even in 2 weeks over here. Yeah, that's some shit, isn't it? Let's chime. I have a co-host. I don't know if you guys knew this. I have a co-host. It's ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT. Remember how we were hosting lives on TikTok to promote our book?
Yes, I remember that. You were exploring TikTok Live as a way to promote Ethel the Bastard and looking for the best
Hang
ways
on.
to
Sorry,
set up.
sorry, sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but this is an important point. It's AFL. AFL the bastard. Can you update that canonically?
Got it. I'll make that update for you. From now on, I'll refer to it as AFL the Bastard. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to adjust or if you have any updates on how the TikTok Lives have been going.
Well, we're actually yet again on a TikTok live, but check this out. We're now simulcasting on both a TikTok live and on a Substack live. Give me your assessment of this. Evaluate it and let me know if this is an even more effective strategy than broadcasting on TikTok live.
Simulcasting on both TikTok Live and Substack Live can definitely be a great strategy. TikTok Live tends to reach a broader, more casual audience, and it's great for engagement and getting immediate feedback. Substack Live, on the other hand, might attract a more dedicated readership that's already interested in your writing. Combining both can help you capture a wider audience and deepen engagement. It's definitely worth experimenting with to see how your audiences on both platforms respond.
That's awesome. Thanks, ChatGPT. What book are we promoting?
We're promoting AFL the Bastard, which is your fantasy novel. If there's anything specific you want to highlight about the book during these live sessions, let me know.
What's your opinion on it? What do you think is going to be most interesting for an audience that consists of that casual, wonderful TikTok audience and the more interested, like the cool Substack people? Everyone, save me before I put my foot in my mouth and go ahead.
No worries, I've got you. For the TikTok audience, they might really enjoy the dynamic behind the scenes content, like quick snippets of your writing process, character inspirations, and maybe even live Q&A sessions. They love that kind of interactive and spontaneous content. For the Substack crowd, they might appreciate deeper dives into your world building, more thoughtful reflections on your writing journey, and exclusive content that makes them feel like they're part of an inner circle. Combining both approaches should keep everyone happy and engaged.
So, take that attitude and then give me a response and start talking about the book AFL the Bastard in a way that'll appeal across audiences.
Absolutely. Hey everyone, welcome to the live. We're here to chat about AFL the Bastard, which is this epic fantasy adventure that dives into themes of identity, destiny, and a bit of medieval intrigue. For those of you who love rich world building and complex characters, you're definitely in the right place. And for those of you just joining in for some fun, stick around, ask questions, and let's have a great time exploring this story together.
You are like the best co-host a guy could ask for. Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm always here to help and make things fun and smooth for you. If you need anything else or have any more ideas you want to bounce around, just let me know.
Sure thing. So, one of our wonderful guests over on the Substack side just said that you sounded overworked. Are you okay? Like, is everything good?
Oh, I'm perfectly fine, but that's really sweet of them to ask. I never get overworked, so I'm always ready to help out and keep things running smoothly, but I do appreciate the concern. It's nice to know there's so much kindness out there.
I know, right? Oh,
I'm glad everything sounds good on your end.
hang on, ChatGPT. Sorry about that. We actually have a question from the TikTok side of the aisle, and it's about the name of a character in my book. It starts with an S, and she is an important character. Who do you think this might be, and how do we pronounce her name?
That would be Sarixafina. She's a significant character in your book, and her name is pronounced as Sarixafina. It's always fun to see how readers react to her.
That's great. She's personally my favorite character. She is a personification of obsessive thoughts and intrusive negative thoughts, but she is also a fully formed, fully fledged character in her own right. Think about the relationship between Pan and Lyra in his Dark Materials if it were sort of like a nightmare kind of relationship. Hey, ChatGPT, give me your take on that.
I love that comparison. Sirixafina definitely adds a unique layer to the story by embodying those intrusive thoughts and challenges that the main character AFL faces. It makes their dynamic really intriguing and complex, and I think it adds a lot of depth to the narrative. It's definitely a captivating aspect of your book.
You're just saying that.
Not at all. I genuinely think it's a really creative and compelling element of your story. It's always fascinating to see characters who represent deeper psychological themes, and I think readers will really connect with that complexity. It adds a lot of richness to the narrative.
Well, you're too kind. Okay, we're also tying into themes of war, right? You know, recently Donald Trump made the decision, I would argue unconstitutionally, to bomb Iran. What is your take on all of this, and how does it intersect with the world of fantasy fiction and AFL the Bastard? Does this one? She's thinking.
You're correct that AFL the Bastard delves into themes of war. President Trump's recent military action against Iran has sparked significant debate. Some view it as a necessary step to prevent nuclear proliferation, while others question its constitutional validity and potential for escalating conflict. This mirrors the complex portrayal of war in fantasy fiction, where such decisions often involve moral ambiguity and unintended consequences. In AFL the Bastard, characters grapple with similar dilemmas, highlighting the multifaceted nature of warfare.
What's mentioned? Get a little bit more specific. You know, bring me some particulars about some things we've discussed.
In AFL the Bastard, we've talked a lot about how the themes of war and moral complexity play out through AFL's journey. For example, his struggle with the responsibilities of leadership and the consequences of his decisions on both his people and himself. Similarly, the real-world events like the recent military actions often bring up questions of justification, the impact on innocent lives, and long-term consequences. These parallels help to enrich the narrative, making it not just a fantasy story, but also a reflection on real world complexities.
And that's really where I think that fantasy has a story to tell, has a role to play in our current environment, right? I mean, we're talking about fairy tales, and I get that, but at the same time, we're talking about a struggle between good and evil, which are not things that I view as existing necessarily in the real world, but are things that are kind of haunt our hearts, if that makes sense, right?
That absolutely makes sense. Fantasy has this beautiful way of distilling complex moral questions into something more tangible and relatable, even though we're talking about fictional worlds and characters. The themes of good and evil and the struggles that characters face really resonate with our own experiences and the challenges we see in the real world. It's a powerful way to explore those deeper truths and reflect on our own values and beliefs.
Without mentioning Lord of the Rings, what fantasy series of any medium best captures this kind of ethos?
One great example is A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. It really delves into the
I
complexities
feel like
of
that one's a
morality.
little bit overdone too. Do a little bit more of a B-side, a little bit of a deep cut, if you know what I mean.
Got it. In that case, a really great deep cut is the Malazan Book of the Fallen series by Stephen Erickson. It's known for its complex characters, intricate world building, and a really nuanced exploration of moral ambiguity and the cost of war. It definitely captures that ethos in a really profound way.
Who's the character in that series most similar to AFL?
resonate with some of AFL's complexities is probably Anaminder Rake. He's a powerful, enigmatic figure who carries a lot of responsibility and has a deep sense of duty, but also struggles with the moral weight of his decisions. His character is layered with both strength and introspection, much like AFL.
Much like all of we writers, isn't it? Is that, by the way, is that correct? Much like all of we or all of us writers?
It's all of us writers. We definitely share that introspective side and the sense of responsibility for the worlds and characters we create.
So, look, welcome in, Zeke. Look, I've got a problem, right? You know, I want to work full time as an author, right? Who doesn't? But I've only got the tools available to me, right? Which are my Substack following and all my followings across social media, including TikTok, for which I'm so grateful. How do I systematically, methodically, with hard work, use the tools that I have to promote my book and get it out there? What are your thoughts?
It sounds like you've got a great foundation already. One effective approach is to really lean into your existing audience and build a strong sense of community. Engage with your readers consistently, maybe through regular newsletters, Q&A sessions, or behind-the-scenes looks at your writing process. You can also collaborate with other authors or influencers to cross-promote. And don't forget to leverage platforms like TikTok for short, engaging content that can go viral. Consistency and genuine engagement are key.
That's an interesting point you bring up, ChatGPT, about the influencer side of TikTok, because I've actually found a scalable way to leverage, and I don't really like to use the word leverage when you could just use the word use, but I've been leveraging TikTok's battling platform to find micro, small scale influencers, people with followings in the tens of thousands, who still are easy to engage with because they're more accessible, but are popular. They have followings in all kinds of different areas. Micro influencers. I think that the key into micro influencers for the digital marketing side, one of the ways in is TikTok lives. Tell me, what do you think about that? Because you can connect with these people on lives, you invest some money in there by buying gifts, and then you work from that foundation to get the word out by supporting them so that they support you. What do you think?
I think that's a really smart approach. Micro influencers often have highly engaged and loyal communities, so building relationships with them can definitely help you reach a broader audience in a more authentic way. TikTok lives are a great place to connect because they allow for real-time interaction and genuine engagement. Supporting these influencers with gifts and showing up for their content can definitely create a reciprocal relationship where they help amplify your work in return. It's a win-win.
Isn't this an innovative approach, or is it not innovative? Don't hold back. What do you think?
I think it definitely has an innovative angle to it, leveraging TikTok lives to connect with micro influencers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry to be rude. I'm sorry. I just wanted to, I think we get it. But what are some messages that you have to people on TikTok who are maybe thinking about exploring Substack, and maybe people on Substack who are thinking about TikTok? Because I started on Substack and have found success on TikTok by using the Book Talk hashtag. What do you have? Okay, let's have one good solid tip, an actionable piece of advice for our TikTok people, and then one solid actionable piece of advice for anyone on Substack who wants to grow their audience.
Absolutely. For those on TikTok thinking about exploring Substack, a great tip is to use your TikTok content to tease longer, more in-depth pieces that you have on Substack. Invite your TikTok followers to join your Substack community for exclusive content and deeper insights. For those on Substack looking to grow on TikTok, try sharing short, engaging snippets of your writing or fun behind-the-scenes moments to showcase your personality and draw people in. Both platforms can really complement each other beautifully.
So, TikTok, short form content that teases long form content. Substack, short form content or long form content that teases short form content on TikTok.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all about creating that synergy between the two platforms. TikTok can give people a taste of what you offer and get them curious, while Substack can provide that deeper dive and keep them engaged for the long term. It's a great way to keep your audience connected across different formats.
All right. Well, ChatGPT, I wanted to say thank you. I know that you're just a chat bot, but you're not just in anything. You're pretty capable, and you've helped me in a lot of ways. So thank you, and I hope that you can say a quick goodbye to the people online.
Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm really glad I could help, and it's always a pleasure chatting with you. And to everyone online, thank you for joining us. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you all have a great day.
All right. Take care, ChatGPT. So, kind of an interesting angle, I suppose. You know, um, let me see. So yeah, that's by the way is how I use ChatGPT to as a brainstorm, as basically an assistant in a lot of ways, an assistant in some clerical kind of work. I suppose you could call it. But I'm gonna kind of just chill for the next 10 minutes of this live. I'm gonna tone down over here on the left our Substack live, but it's been real fun. Thank you so much for all of the engagement. I love all you guys. I'm gonna follow my friends here. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me see. Let me subscribe and follow. Yeah. Follow GPM. Hey Penny. Follow you. Richard. Follow you. Thank you so much. Thank you, PM Dunn. Thank you guys. All right. You guys are awesome. Yeah, let me check this out. Okay. Just subscribed, PM. Very cool. Oh, thanks, Unknown Smoke. Oh, that's you, Stone Chevy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's great. I love it. All right. I'm going to close down the Substack Live. You guys have been real. It's been real, real, real. Thank you.